So it's a good way to get your business and your name out there. I
Yeah.
strongly recommend those.
And well, I should say it's a small town, but I live outside of a city. And I tell you, I've been doing it almost every month, and I still every time am like meeting new people who are like, "Bomb party, what? What do you sell? What is this?" And it's to me, it's a whole new world because like sometimes I sing and do little things, and it's to see the customers in person. That's what I really like. Is that's why what got me was on the camera. I was like, we can converse through chat, but actually seeing somebody and seeing their reveals in person, I thought that's super fun.
Yeah. So Teresa says, this is a great company, but I've tried. I just can't come up with games. Fear of lives. LOL. So listen, we've all been there. Like when I first, like I said earlier, I bought my 2 rings. I signed up, and then my kit came, and I'm like, now I have to turn the camera on and go live. I don't know if I can do this. I was scared to death, but um, it's helped me come out of my shell a lot. And I mean, it's just like talking. I just look at it this way. I'm just talking to my best girlfriends while I am live. So I just come up with different topics to talk about, or you know, just ask questions with people. Sometimes it's kind of quiet, and sometimes the chats don't get full, and you just have to come up with things to talk about to keep it moving. And we do play games. Like, you don't have to come up with elaborate things, or like Gina says, dress up for your parties. I mean, if you want to go all out and be that elaborate, you can. I don't, but like you can come up with easy games. I do our Ringo board. You can do Family Feud and ask questions. I do music trivia. I'll play songs and give them a snippet of a song, and then they have to tell me who that is, the first couple people that answer the question right. I mean, there's different things that you could come up with, and that kind of helps. It's like an icebreaker and gets people start to talk and to join the live a little bit more. So,
And that brings up a good point. Is it's not all roses. So it is work, and part of that, it's not just the lives. We work our business outside the lives. We have to make those connections with those customers. Not all roses. So it is work, and part of that, it's not just the lives. We work our business outside the lives. We have to make those connections with those customers, and that also helps because like I used to do games, I used to do the dress up, and I was like, this is just it's just not working for me. I just want to be me. None of that was me. And so I don't do anything crazy and flashy. I mean, it'll probably be once in a blue moon that I'll do something like that. But it's also that connection piece. And I think that's a piece that's a lot of times missing when we're like, man, my lives are slow. There's nobody on here. So one, John's right. You just got to talk. You're going to have to learn how to break those icebreakers. But at the same time is on the flip side, are we nurturing our customers? Are we cultivating people outside of our lives and all of that to get them in? And I think of it like me and my best girlfriends are just hanging out and just relaxing. And of course, we're fizzing some jewelry too. But like that's the type of atmosphere that I've created on mine. And you really have to just find your niche and who your people are and what they like and what you like and go from there. And if dressing up in games, like if that's your thing, like if you love that, there are a lot of reps who share the different games that they have, and some get super elaborate. All right, Moni is hitting live. So Moni is going to be in just a second. She is a good one for like dressing up because I think every time she goes live, she's wearing a wig or doing something crazy, some different game. So, and Dawn, Gina, Moni, and we are not on each other's teams. We've just linked arms to really strengthen and work on our strengths and build each other up where we can. And so we've kind of linked arms to form a community group for all of our teams so we can just build each other up. And so Moni's going to be on in a second, and her specialty is sales. Like she is topping sales almost all the time. She's earned 2 or 3 different trips with BP because of her sales. So she'll be on in just a second. So she'll be a good one.
I'm not sure what your question is. You said you're new here. Do you as a leader help? What,
Moni is going to be in just a second. She is a good one for like dressing up because I think every time she goes live, she's wearing a wig or doing something crazy, some different game. So, and we, Dawn, Gina, Moni, and I, we are not on each other's teams. We've just linked arms to really strengthen and work on our strengths and build each other up where we can. And so we've kind of linked arms to form a community group for all of our teams so we can just build each other up. And so Moni's going to be on in a second, and her specialty is sales. Like she is topping sales almost all the time. She's earned 2 or 3 different trips with BP because of her sales. So she'll be on in just a second. So she'll be a good one.
I'm not sure what your question is. You said you're new here. Do you as a leader help? What you said you need help. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So if you just want to let me know, I rephrase that question. I'm sorry, love. And then Teresa, what did you say? Has anyone tried online vendor events on Facebook and such?
Okay, so I'm gonna chime in on this one. Alrighty. All right. Online vendor events on Facebook, on the book. 9 times out of 10, those events are join this group, and you can post in this group. You got to pay. You have to invite like 6,000 people into that group, and you get to post each month. Well, can I tell you, there are groups that are free on Facebook if that's what you really want to do. I am not a fan of any of those because I don't think they work. I've never really seen them work. And initially, way back in the day when I first started in direct sales, oh my goodness, a long time ago. So 18 years ago, because my daughter's about almost 18, is when vendor events online really first started. And they started out as almost like a chat like this. Okay, let's look Moni in. And they started out kind of like a chat like this, but it was a chat box. Like nobody had video. And that was a little bit different. But now the ones that are just you post every day or however much you want for a month, a week, whatnot, I don't think that those are. Now, if you're talking about a private party, like say you have a hostess or you have your VIPs in a group, then that's absolutely something. Say you have a hostess or you have your VIPs in a group, then that's absolutely something completely different. But the ones on, like I pay $20 and I have to invite 6,000 people to that group, don't even bother. Can you go to houses? Absolutely. You can do it in person or online. It's completely up to you. I don't know if you just popped in, but I do vendor events. But you absolutely could go into someone's houses. My newest team member, she is a dentist, and she did her first party in her office. Like she had everyone from her office come in, but you could choose, because we have a hostess reward program that VP pays for. And so you could absolutely go into someone's house, bring the product that you have, do a little show, reveal some jewelry. Absolutely. Yes, you could. Let's see. If you do houses, do you have to be? No, you absolutely. Like if you choose to do an in-person thing, there is no requirement to be live whatsoever. There's zero requirement to have to be live. So you could say, you know what, I'm not doing live, whatever. I'm just going to, do the old fashioned, go into parties and get into homes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. It's not the common with our business because it was founded online, but there's not a problem with it. You work your business how you want to work it.
Hi.
Welcome in, Moni. We were just talking about how you are the queen of sales right there.
Oh, goodness. So those of you who are joining, my name is Moni. If you don't know, we are Boss Girl Fizz. We are amazing community. If you join Dawn, if you join Lee, if you join Moni, if you join Gina's team, you get Boss Girl Fizz, okay? That means that you get resources, you get leadership, all right? You get guidance. You are not alone in this business. You don't need to be scared about investing $366 or $599. You don't need to be scared that you're going to end up with nobody there to guide you. You have an amazing resource of leaders. Now listen, I just hopped on because I saw my girls. You see how they were doing their opportunity live, and even though I wasn't here, business was still happening. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You're trying to be a part of a community, right? And there was still happening. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You're trying to be a part of a community, right? And there was a question you just asked me. What did you ask me, Lee? I totally spaced.
Oh, I don't even remember what question I asked
See,
you.
it's okay that you space out. It's all right. So if you guys don't know, there are a little blue clipboard. I believe, Dawn, you have one, right?
Yeah.
Lee, she has one too. If you guys want to know more about what it takes to be a Bomb Party rep, then you can just go ahead and fill out that little blue clipboard and we will message you. We will chat with you. We will talk to you. I will tell you this. When I first saw this opportunity, I thought to myself, what the heck are these people doing in that water? Right? I was like, this is so weird. Like, they're taking a fizzy thing and they're throwing it in water and then they're revealing jewelry. But like, I don't get it. Like, that's pretty much like what happened, right? And then you watch it and you realize, oh my gosh, that jewelry has a value that is so amazing. So then, because I don't know about you, but I like to research. Like, I want to know where my money's going. You know what I'm saying? And so I went to the store. Like, I went to like Ross and Walmart and like Claire's. And like, I went to see, is there a possibility for me to get jewelry with the same quality and the same long-term guarantee? Because BP offers 120 days on your purchase. Guess what? I didn't find it. I didn't find it. So I realized that was not available. I realized my collection was growing, aka my addiction. I knew that I wanted to be able to bring happiness into my life. I wanted to bring community into my life, and I wanted a chance to have some kind of passive income. I had a tiny goal. I don't know about you, Dawn or Lee, but my tiny goal when I first started was $50 a month profit. That was my goal. I wanted to be able to afford groceries, like some milk, some eggs, some bread. Right? And so that's what I made my goal as. And then as time went on, I said, okay, I want to be able to pay a phone. Right? I want to be able to buy my dog his expensive organic dog food.
Which he does.
Right. Yeah. And so that's what happened. If you guys have questions, go ahead and ask. What kind of questions have you guys been getting so far?
We've talked about money, TikTok, go live. What else? That's pretty much really the realm of what we talked about right now.
So you want me to tell you guys something really cool that happened to one of our girls that just started at the first of the month?
Oh yeah, talk about the TikTok. Is that what you're gonna talk about?
Yeah, the TikTok. Yeah. So she started and she had like, she was just using TikTok casually and she had maybe like 300 and something followers. And one of the biggest questions, thank you, Andrea, for your follow. One of the biggest questions a lot of people ask is, how do you grow a following? Like, how do I get my 1,000? How can I blah, blah, blah? And I'm going to tell you, there is very important technique to growing to 1,000 followers, but not just that. After you get your 1,000 followers, there's even more technique into how do you make an engaging following. It's not just, it becomes, at a certain point, it becomes more than just about having 1,000. It becomes more about the connection and how do you build community. And if you don't have anybody to tell you how, you know, step A, step B, 1, 2, 3, you're going to feel overwhelmed. I want to know the why behind, why do I need to do this? How do I do this? Right? So I gave one of my girls a one-on-one, very like informational training about how does she go from 300 to 1,000. Guess how many days it took her?
Many, Moni.
2 days. 2 days. She went from 300 and something to over 300 and something to over 1,000.
Not a viral thing. That's a very purposeful. She did some purposeful steps to get there. It wasn't like a luck of the draw, because we've seen it time and time again that yes, it is extremely doable.
It wasn't luck. It wasn't that she went viral. It wasn't that. It was simple, exact directions and steps on how to get to 1,000. She did it. She reached her goal. And now she's doing a backup account to do the same thing and starting from 0. And we're going to see how long that takes. She just started yesterday. We'll see how long it takes her. That's what I'm talking about. When you choose someone to help you in your future, when you want a goal, right? You don't want to just go because someone's your best friend. You don't want a mentor that like can't help you. You want to know that someone's invested in your journey. Someone cares about your journey, but not just cares, they have the tools to teach you how to do those things, right? And I have complete faith that anybody on Team Bliss knows that if they can't reach me, guess who they can reach? Lee, Dawn, and Orgina. They have that little bubble of beautiful leaders. And that's what excites me. I'm just excited about that. Dawn, I don't know if you know, but I started with the 366 kit.
That's what I started with.
Well, I started with 99, but that was the only option. So I started with 99, then bought the 366 on top of that. So I technically paid 466 for what you guys get with the 366 kit.
Wow. What were you going to say, Dawn, about 2 times?
Sorry.
I hit my 1,000 followers on TikTok in 2 days. But I mean, it's doable and it's not hard. You just and you can do it. And then after that, you're just doing your organic reach. You're pulling in your own people that want to follow you because they like and love you, because they like and love you, because they connect with you. So it's not hard to get to that first 1,000 followers, so you can just start rocking your business.
Exactly. So if anybody has any questions, I see a lot of people joining, a lot of people coming in, a lot of people coming out. If you haven't given Dawn a follow, give her a little follow. If you haven't given Lily a little follow, give her a follow. Fearless Jewels, right, Dawn, the whole thing. And then Lee is Mermaid. Is it still Mermaid Kisses Jewelry?
It's Mermaid Kisses Jewelry.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Miss Terry. We would love some engagement. I would love some taps. I would love some shares, especially if you have a friend who's been looking at this business, especially if you've been looking at us and you're like, wow, what you guys do looks really, really cool. I would love to hear your questions. I would love to hear your comments. If you are a male, a female, a non-binary, I don't care who you are, as long as you have a passion and a dream, please come and ask your questions. We are here to answer them. There is very few opportunities and chances when you see us Fizzers live where we actually can answer your questions very, thoroughly, openly, organically, because we're so busy focused on our sales and our connection with whoever's in our room. We can't just sit there and talk about our business because we're busy working our business. So this is a really great time for you to ask those questions that, other people probably, no silly question. Oh, my beautiful friend, how much do you recommend to invest to kick off aside from the kit? So that's the beautiful thing. We were doing some math. I don't know, Dawn, you may have been there, but we were doing some math about the 366 versus the 599. Your fast start, right? You have to do 2,500 of purchasing volume within the first 3 months. Let's just say the first 3 months to hit that at least one fast start where you get 100 product credit back, right? In order to do that with the 366 kit, you have to basically reinvest everything. Okay. You can't take any of it back. You reinvest everything 4 times, and then you'll have enough to do a 2,500 purchasing volume in a month. If you get the 599 kit, you can sell, what? Is it backward? Basically reinvest everything. Okay. You can't take any of it back. You reinvest everything 4 times, and then you'll have enough to do a 2,500 purchasing volume in a month. If you get the $5.99 kit, you can sell. What is it backwards?
You just did it backwards because the 366 was 9, right?
No, but I think it was 4. We did after the math and we did all of it. Like, because originally it was 9 if you take profit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was 9 if you take profit, but if you don't take profit and you just keep going, it's 4. And then for the $5.99, it's like 3.
Yeah, okay. It was like 2.5. I remember that now.
It's like 2.5. Yeah, it's like, so let's just say 3. So if you don't have to reinvest more outside of the kit, if you don't have it, I really recommend you to start where you are at, because you don't want to put yourself into a financial hole just to grow. You really want to just don't try to go with the Joneses. Don't try to like, I need to be like her. I need to do this. I need to do that. You need to do what's best financially for your family and your situation. And that's the kind of leadership that you get here at Boss Girl Fizz. You get the truth, you get the support, and you get us where we're like, no, don't go into the red. We want you to succeed. You know?
There are some things that you are going to need to invest in.
Thank you, Terry.
So we recommend using a program called ship.com. It's not a requirement.
Yeah.
You can use free programs out there for shipping, but we like ship.com. The biggest thing is insurance up to $500 with every package. And I would tell you, I used a free company for the longest time, and I just added insurance because I wanted to be secure on my packages. And I found out I was paying, it was like 1 month I paid like, it was $75 in insurance fees. And I was like, I could have just had ship.com and saved $50 right there. So we recommend ship.com, not a requirement, but we recommend it. You will have a $20 back office fee per month. So you have that expense.
Yeah.
You're going to need do you have something to fizz in? I mean, if you have a glass or a bowl at home, you could fizz there. You could fizz, you could fizz in anything if you put some water in it. If you're going to do shipping at home, you do need to think about shipping, at least right in the beginning. Do you have something to mail and ship stuff in? So that is one that you will have to think about right at the beginning. If you're going to ship at home, you might need a little scale, but shipping materials, you definitely in the beginning, that's one thing I see a lot of people don't think about is paying for those shipping supplies right there.
Yeah.
You won't get a ton, but just enough to get you those orders going till things are flowing in.
Yeah, I would say, like, maybe tell me if you agree or not. I would say after your initial kit, let's just say you do the 366 or the 599, it doesn't matter. You probably need about 2, and this is under the assumption that you own a printer of some kind.
Oh, yes.
Right? If you own a printer of some, because printers can be like 100, right? So if you own a printer of some kind, you're still investing probably an additional minimum about 200 to 300 on top of the kit for optional resources like ring boxes, something to fizz in, bubble mailers, thank you stickers. I don't know. I guess that's really it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, a postal scale.
Yes, and someone brought up a good point. We pick our own shipping.
Yeah.
So we look at, absolutely.
Hi, Melissa.
You need to look at, your shipping, whatever you're charging your customers for shipping should cover the postage and those supplies, but at least that initial investment, you got to have the supplies, at least right there in the beginning. But yes, it's nice that we can kind of pick what that shipping is. That makes it super nice and helpful.
I know. Dawn, are there things when you first started, you were like, oh my God, I didn't even think about this?
Yeah, like, and I've added stuff as I've gone along too, like the longer I've been in, but definitely like the ring boxes and the bubble mailers and stuff. I mean, you don't think about that stuff when you first start. It's like, okay, I got my kit, now I have to start, and then like, oh, I have to ship this out, and now I have to get this stuff. What was I thinking? But yeah, but it's not expensive. I actually have my bubble mailers set up through Amazon, and they automatically ship out every month. And then if I have